You're listening to the Red Eye Hour.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the Red Eye Hour. I'm your host, Jay Meeks, and thanks for coming back and checking out the solo stories. Today, this is Solo Stories Part 8, my camping trip photos. This is a little weird story that I'm going to read to you today. So let's get into it. Last night I came back from one of those mental health camping trips where all you bring electronic-wise is an emergency radio and a digital camera. Other than what I'm about to tell you, it was actually insanely good for my health. I was struggling with my job for a little bit, and let's be honest, I was also struggling with life in general, but was finally able to simply relax. And what felt like the first time in years, to be honest. I came back a new person, a fresh slate to write the rest of my life on. I later found out I came back a new person in a more literal way. The camping part went smoothly. I enjoyed some fishing, cooked with a campfire, met some other people on their own retreat as well. You know, normal camping stuff. I also took a lot of pictures. A week after I arrived, I packed up all my things and went back to my truck, ready to go back to my home. The ride back went smoothly, but I do have to admit that first night of sleeping in my own bed, rather than a cot, felt so good. I woke up this morning and I decided to go through my photos before heading into work to see what I wanted to download to my computer and what I wanted to trash. And this is where things get odd. The first picture was of me with a group of about 6 other people, and I don't remember a single one of these guys. All of their faces were blurred out, like they turned their heads swiftly right as the picture was being taken of them. We all had our hands around each other, and the girl next to me was getting really close and personal with my waist area. But I don't remember a single one of them. This catches me off guard. I just know I went camping alone, but from the looks of these pictures, I can see my tent in the background with a couple other tents placed there too, all in perfect condition. It felt like I was staring at an alternate reality. Like, what could have been if I went with a group? Eventually, I just shrugged it off as maybe drinking a little too much one night and forgetting about a group of wonders that just set up with me for the night. You know, a lousy excuse that made me feel less insane. Eventually, I scrolled through the rest of my pics, some of the other things I remembered, like the fishing and the cooking, but they always had other people in it, as if they were removed by my memories. And like always, their faces were blurred. Now I go to the second day's worth of pictures. At the start of the day, there seems to be the same pictures before, except the guy all the way to the left wasn't in the picture anymore, just simply gone. Again, the same process continues. The rest of the pictures that day are the ones I remember, but simply with more people added into the mix that I don't. I look at the next day, and another person disappears. The next day, another one disappears, and then another. Again, another goes, continuing the process until there is just me and this woman left, her arms around my waist, hugging me with a blurred face. I noticed that all of the tents were still there, but they were tattered as if they got out of a storm or something, except my tent. My tent was perfect condition. Now, I'm beyond freaking out, and I'm trying to make sense of what happened. Who are they? Where did they go? What is happening? And why don't I remember? I looked down at my watch and I noticed that I've been pondering over these photos for way too long, and I was a couple hours late for work. I shoved the camera into my bag, and since I was already dressed, I ran to the car and took off for work. I get into the office about a half an hour later. Walking in, a little disheveled. I got a few looks from some of my employees, but shrugging them off, heading to my office. One of the employees then walks up to me to ask me something I don't think I'll ever forget. Dude, where's your wife? My wife? rest of management, you guys all went on a retreat, and you're the first one to come back. I glance over at my desk and I notice a picture with all 7 of us from the original photo. I quickly open up my camera and I go back to the first photo, matching the bodies up with each other to confirm their identities. Sure enough, they were the management that I worked with, but I still do not remember a single one of them. I scroll to the last photo I've taken and see me, only me, and 6 blurred bodies hanging suspended from trees behind me, with all their heads all forcefully bent in a 90-degree angle. I noticed that my hands were both well within the picture as my blood went cold. Who was taking all the pictures? And that is the end of Solo Stories Part 8, my camping trip photos. It's a short one, but it's very interesting. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll be putting out another one soon since this one was a short one. Again, this is the Red Eye Hour. This was Solo Stories Part 8, my camping trip photos. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks for listening. Give it a like, subscribe, tell people about it, share it. And I'll see you guys next time. See you later.
Thanks for flying with the Red Eye Hour.